What's our first email today, Ashley?
All right. The first one of the day is from T. Hayes. He says, "Good morning, John and Rob. I hope you had an excellent weekend."
Excellent.
Speaking of the weekend, we had a new Shazam trailer this weekend. Even though there wasn't a ton of new footage, I still loved it. I felt that it still had the big feel to it that I am looking forward to. And I love the new footage of the convenience store and shopping for a secret lair. What were your thoughts? What do you think, Robert? Did you see this?
Yes, and I'm with Mr. Hayes. It was a TV spot, so it wasn't a full-on trailer.
Yeah, it was about a little under a minute, I think.
Yeah, and again, it's just delightful is the word that comes to mind. I mean, the idea of people have said this movie is big, but in the superhero realm, not like big, huge, but big like the
Tom
movie
Hanks
Big.
is big. Yeah.
Tom Hanks is big. Robert Loggia, dancing on the piano at Toys or at FAO Schwartz. It's exactly what I want. I mean, they're touching on the whole thing about the shopping for the lair, and you got to see Dr. Savannah and Flash Shazam mixing it up.
Yes,
and the fight looks vaguely Man of Steel-esque. I mean, are they going to go at it and start throwing each other through buildings? I mean, I'm like, wow, so it could go from big to big. Yeah. I mean, I'm excited, man. What do you think?
There were a couple of big takeaways I had. One, and I'm so glad you brought that up, feature more Mark Strong.
Oh, yeah.
Mark Strong is a stud. I mean, seriously, whenever he's in anything, no matter how good or how bad, he brings a gravity. I'm not saying gravitas. Gravity. He brings a gravity whenever he's on screen. There's something about him, whether he's playing Sherlock Holmes' nemesis or whether he's playing one of the Kingsmen or whether he's a good guy in this or a villain in that. He is a beast. I love Mark Strong. And to feature a little bit more of him and his character in there, showing that it's not just big, it's also a comic book movie. I love that. Two scenes really got me a lot, which is why Zachary Levi was the perfect guy to cast in this role. I just love it when he's in that grocery store. Yes, where is your finest beer? He's a 12-year-old kid, and he does it just like a 12-year-old kid. But then again, hearkening back to Big, that scene with the real estate agent.
Oh,
a lair? Yeah, like overlooking what I love that scene. I thought that was wonderful. But that shot right at the beginning, which I thought, forget the Shazam nature of it, just the comic book epic feel. Billy jumping off a building and then in midair jumping off a building yelling Shazam. The lightning strikes, transforms into Shazam. It was a great shot. Beautiful shot. I love this trailer. I thought it was great.
I love that shot too, and I think there's who doesn't imagine themselves when we're kids? Don't we all at one point imagine ourselves as superheroes?
Yeah, sure. As kids, yeah, that's exactly what
I mean, it's
as
primal, and girls and boys, man. And I think this taps into, and yes, me as a middle-aged man, I too I fancy myself part of the Justice League pretty much every morning. But I think that this is going to tap into that, and everybody's going to go see this movie. I mean, we were talking about billion-dollar movies. After that trailer, I was like, maybe we have another contender.
I still think
another contender for the $1 billion club.
I still think the one thing that's going to hold, and I think Shazam can be a hit. The one thing I still think is going to hold it back is that the big advantage that Spider-Man, Black Panther, even Aquaman had is all three of those movies, their characters were introduced first.
It's true.
In other team-up movies, and then to establish some recognizability. But Shazam doesn't have that advantage. So I still don't know that Shazam can make $1 billion. Then again, I didn't think Venom would make $800 million, and I didn't think Aquaman would make $1 billion either. But it doesn't have that advantage that those other ones had. But this could be a much bigger hit than we were thinking.
I agree.
But a lot will depend on the word of mouth, though, obviously.
And the movie has to be good.
Yeah.
I mean, it has to deliver. We've seen maybe 2 minutes of footage.
Yeah.
And but it looks promising to me.
They positioned themselves for success. And that's exciting.
Absolutely.
Did you have a chance to see this trailer, Ashley?
No, but now I'm very curious.
Yeah, because it just dropped yesterday. It just dropped yesterday, but I know a lot of people are looking forward to this.